Standing Simmer here today, and welcome back to another build on the channel. Now guys, this is a super exciting build because it is a collab video with my friend Chloe here on YouTube, and she's also over on Twitch. I'm gonna say that 3 times throughout this video probably because she's awesome. And you should definitely go watch her Twitch streams and her YouTube videos as well. But yeah guys, so I'm so excited to be doing this collab with Chloe because she's an awesome person, and I just want to tell you a little bit about her, actually a lot about her, because she's great, and also kind of tell you what we're doing today. So obviously I am furnishing the interior of a home, and Chloe did build the exterior. So if you would like, actually I highly recommend that you go ahead and just pause my video right now, throw this video on your watch later list, make sure you can get back to it later, and go see Chloe's build of the exterior, because guys, this house is so beautiful and I cannot wait to see how it all came together on her end, because she did some really cool things with the outside, things that I've never even attempted before, with landscaping and things like that, but I'm not gonna spoil it for you. And I also tried not to pan my camera too much to the outside. I mean, you'll see just a little bit of it later because I add a couple of things to the outside furniture wise, but yeah, I highly recommend you just pause this video real quick, go and watch her build, and then you can come on back here and see what we're doing with the interior. And then it'll all kind of make more sense that way too, because then it'll be a complete build. But yeah guys, we are furnishing the interior of a home that the lovely Chloe built for me to furnish. And once again, I'm so excited to be collabing with her because she's just a really cool person. I actually came across Chloe for the first time because of Emmy Sims, and she's Emmy Sims here on YouTube. And I was not even aware, oh my goodness, the traffic outside my house, we're gonna just move past that. I came across Chloe because of Emily's channel, actually specifically because of Emily's Discord. So I wasn't even aware of Chloe or her channel before that. I'm not sure how, because I really like to watch the types of videos that she creates, which are strictly builds. That's what Chloe does on her channel, and she does it so well. She does builds, and for the longest time, she was doing builds with music set to them, and she's always got these really cool bops. And so I remember always saving her builds to watch when I was going on a long run on the weekends or something like that, because I run on the treadmill inside my house, not outside because privileged white girl or something like that. But I like to run on the treadmill because temperature control is my friend, and so is Netflix and YouTube. And so I would save her videos to watch because I loved being able to fully dedicate my attention to all of the intricacy that she put in the builds. And again, being able to bop along to the music was also kind of fun. So yes, super amazing builder. She also is the first person that I came across who used build and buy CC in her builds. Now guys, this is not a new thing. I know this, I know, but I had just never come across a sim builder who used build and buy CC. I don't know why. I guess I'm just in a vein of YouTube typically where it's strictly items that come from the packs, and you kind of have to bust out of that stream a little bit to get to know all these other really cool folks. But yes, I mean, she does some amazing things with CC, so much so that I've never really considered downloading build and buy CC until I've seen some of her stuff, because she does some really, really amazing things with it. So up until here recently, and probably going forward, but I'm not gonna promise anything on her schedule, she has typically been doing 2 builds per week, roughly. Again, not gonna hold her to a schedule or anything crazy like that, but she's been doing a couple of builds per week, one usually with CC and then the other without. And guys, the things that she can do with both of those things, with all of that different kind of content, it just blows me away every time. So if you couldn't tell, highly recommend that you go and check out Chloe's channel if you happen to not already know about her, because she's just a really cool person and I like her a lot. And also, I mentioned her Twitch streams earlier, which again, highly recommend that you check out, because we're always hanging out over there and it's a lot of fun, and she builds live on stream. So if you enjoy watching good people build, then that's a really great way to do it, because I've learned so much just by watching her stream in real time. Because obviously when you're watching a speed build or something like that, it's hard to pick up on tips and tricks and things like that. It's hard to see it's hard to see the build through the eyes of a builder, if you're kind of wanting to get into building or something like that, or maybe if you're wanting to better your building skills or something along those lines. So it's been really cool and entertaining, and also kind of instructional as well to watch her over on Twitch. So all of her links will of course be in the description as per usual. And you know, her video, which again, you should have probably already watched by now, I'm just saying, because it is the exterior. But her video, her channel, her Twitch, and her Twitter, which I will just all throw down there in the description for you guys to look at, because again, I think she's a great person, and super excited to be doing this collab with her. So just to talk a little bit about the build here, it took me the longest time to figure out the color scheme that I wanted to go for this, because if you see the outside of the build, which again, I'm not gonna try to, you know, I'm trying not to give you sneak peeks or anything too crazy like that if I can avoid it. But the exterior of the build is very, very gray, very white, very clean. It's rustic, but almost with a modern twist. Now, I don't exactly know what Chloe's vision was for this house. Like, I don't want to put words in her mouth as far as that goes, but those were the impressions that it gave me, was like rustic with a modern vibe. I don't even know exactly how that makes sense, because I don't know, it almost seems like an oxymoron, right? But that's just kind of the impression it gave me. And so first of all, I did cut out the floor plan in its entirety, because yeah, I actually I did start to try to film it, and then by the time I finished it and was ready to just start furnishing and things like that, I already knew at that point that it was just not going to be able to be included in the long run, because it took me so long. I was back and forth on, you know, what different types of rooms each one would end up being, you know, all that good stuff. So yeah, I did end up cutting that out in the beginning, but you got to see a lot of the, you know, actually just about everything else. Pretty much everything except me doing the floor planning and the flooring as well, the actual flooring. Because that's another thing that took me a while. For some reason, because of the style that I thought this build should be, I had so much trouble picking the right kind of floor. So I was between like all kinds of different flooring. I was between the Vampires flooring, which you guys know goes on a diagonal. It's gorgeous flooring, but for some reason it just didn't fit, because I wanted it to be in a lighter swatch, again because of the style that I think this build is, you know, that more rustic but also modern. I feel silly saying that, because again, it seems like kind of an oxymoron, but anyways, but I also, it just didn't look like it fit very well. So then I went for like the City Living, like the really shiny flooring that came with City Living, because it has a gray and a white swatch as well. That also didn't fit. And so then I finally kind of settled on this really gorgeous Jungle Adventure flooring, which I feel like is my go-to all the time. It has been ever since the pack came out. It just has, because the flooring is so pretty. But I've eventually settled on this swatch because it's nice and light, has those gray undertones, but it also has a little bit of blue in it as well. And just everything about this flooring to me spoke to what I thought this house should be. So that's what we ended up going for. I hope it ends up, you know, I hope it, like, long story short, I hope it ends up turning out the way that I envisioned it, and the way that Chloe also kind of envisioned the house to be when it all is said and done. So in this house, we end up with 3 bedrooms, if I'm not mistaken, and I cannot even remember how many bathrooms, to be honest with you. It's several. There's one on the upstairs floor and at least a few on the downstairs floor. I also believe I put in a laundry room. I'm sorry that the exact specs of the build are not, you know, just like flooding right back to me, because by the time that I'm recording this, I have let at least a week go by since I actually furnished it, at least. So this is also actually going up on a Thursday, which I wanted to address with you guys as well, because typically on Thursdays we post a base game plus speed build. So I build homes and community lots and just really kind of fun, cool things with a limited number of packs. You know, the name says it all, right? But today I decided to post this build instead, you know, after Chloe and I were talking about it. And that is not at all her fault. You know, she gave me the option of like just about any time this week or after, and I was like, hey, let's maybe do Thursday, because guys, my schedule right now, yes, my schedule is a mess, and I was just kind of eager to fill that slot in the week with another build that I knew I already had done. So forgive me that there isn't a base game plus build this week, but there will be one again next week if everything goes well. And that, you know, this is by no means a discontinuation of that series. This is just kind of a special build that's going up instead. So once again, I hope you guys don't mind. Another fun thing I did in this build is I did leave in furnishing one of the bathrooms, which I almost never do because bathrooms are boring. And that's not to say that bathrooms in general are boring, but my bathrooms are boring. The bathrooms that I furnish in nearly all of my houses end up being like almost exactly the same looking. I really do need to shake it up, guys. I need to challenge myself ever so slightly with my bathroom design, but they almost always end up being the same 2x3 square, and I always put like a shower tub combo, a sink and a toilet in there, usually with a towel or so for decoration, and a mirror above the sink. Like, that's my bathroom. That is my it's my furnished bathroom in a nutshell. And so that's another reason why I don't typically show them to you. If I made them look more interesting and if the length of the video would allow, I would totally let you see them, like 100%. But yeah, no, that's not usually something I tend to do. So fun fact as well, for some reason I just decided that both of the bedrooms, in addition to the master, so not the master but the two other bedrooms, had to have this yellow color on the walls. Like, this yellow color is gorgeous. I have Emily from Emmy Sims, I mentioned her already, but I have her to thank for this color coming into my life. I was not even aware that it was a thing until I started seeing it in her videos and in her builds, and then I fell in love, guys. I was just absolutely taken by this color, and for some reason, like I said, I feel like it fit well with both of the bedrooms, so I don't know if you even noticed, but there you go, I'm pointing it out, and I think that it fits well with both of the themes that we're going for in these two bedrooms that are in addition to the master. So the bedroom on the first floor, there are two actually, one that is the master, and then the other one that's, I imagine to be more for a child or perhaps like a young teenage sim. Maybe someone who's like a preteen, more or less, if that was a thing in The Sims. But I imagine it to be for that kind of like life stage, more or less. And it has like yellows and like pinky reds, maybe a little bit of orange, if I remember correctly. And I thought that maybe an artsy child would live in that bedroom as well. But then that the person who lives in the upstairs bedroom also has a love for art, but it's a little bit more mature. So they have like their easel, they have the canvases lining the floor, they have their paintings kind of scattered all over the place. I've actually never done that before, and it might seem a little lazy, to be honest with you, with some of you guys, but I did actually furnish two bedrooms that were for Sims of similar tastes, but just different life stages. So the bedroom on the upstairs, which is the one we were just furnishing a second ago, is like one of my favorites I think that I've ever created. For some reason, I just love the color scheme so much, both of the wall, but also I've never used that bed swatch before from that cats and dogs bed. I know we're way past this point, like you guys can't even see what I'm talking about anymore, but I just like the way that it ended up turning out. So I'm really proud of it, and I think it's fine that, you know, both of the non-master bedrooms are for like artsy Sims, because, you know, that's just how things like that tend to go. So once again, just kind of like popping a little bit of furniture here on the outside, like I was kind of talking about earlier. Trying not to show you guys too much of the exterior of the build. I thought that these toddler lights that we're popping in right now in the backyard were so cute. Now, I didn't end up using them in quite the line that I've got them in right now, but you know, it's sort of close. I thought that this little like squared off hedge area here in the back that Chloe created for me would be a really pretty place to put something like that. And I don't exactly, like, I could have asked her what type of rain she was okay with me taking here in the backyard. I feel like that this, like stoned, like this paved off area could have worked well with a pool as well. And if you guys download this house, which let's pause for just a second on what I was just saying and move on over to the fact that it is available on the gallery, because guys, I always forget to say that about my builds. Like, it happens way too much. I've been doing YouTube for like a couple of months now. I still forget to say it half the time. The completed build is available on my gallery, which is Standing Simmer. I also put it under the hashtag Standing Simmer. I think it's called, I totally forget now what it's called. Probably something about Chloessims collab in the name, because as of the time that I'm recording this right now, I still have no idea exactly what the actual title of the video is going to be or what the name of the house is going to be, but you know. But yes, that little stone off area I was talking about a second ago would be perfect for a pool or something like that if you guys don't like the fire pit. But of course, as per usual, my rambling has led us right into the screenshot. So once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I highly encourage you to check out Chloe and her channel if you don't know about her yet, because I enjoy her content in general just so much. And it was super fun doing this collab with her. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna leave you off right here for the rest of the screenshots. Thanks again for watching. I hope you're having the best of days, and I will see you very soon. Bye. I'm so hot.
subscribe.